My favorite thing about this pond is probably just the size and the location. Oh, hey, come on out. Do you want to go swimming real quick? Come on, let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. I love my job. The grandparents are like, well, what are you doing? Going swimming? Aquascape lifestyle. Oh, I love my job. Even in the rain, I get to go out and see beautiful aquascape ecosystem water features. You know, it might not be the best weather out there, but the water features always look beautiful. I'm out here with Alan and Jody Decker traveling around. That's a homeowner built pond, but traveling around visiting certified aquascape contractors that have put in beautiful aquascape ecosystem ponds for people, and I get to showcase it on my channel. So if you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle, stick around, because even in the rain, we're gonna go out and showcase some beautiful aquascape ecosystem ponds. Hello, I'm the pond guy, Greg.
Brian, nice to meet you.
Hi, Brian, nice to meet you. I heard that this was a rec pond. Alan, that's the smallest rec pond I've ever seen before.
For frogs.
So this is where it all started?
We put that one in ourselves, and we really enjoyed what that was looking for, and then we wanted more and more water, so we kind of looked what typical people do. Do you want a swimming pool? We looked at that, and I started looking online for videos once we didn't find anything that we liked.
Yeah.
And we went down the YouTube wormhole.
Yeah.
Found a video of you and Chris that did a big, where's he? He did the big box. Yes, Chris Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
So I went down the internet wormhole, saw that, kept watching videos, and then I saw a video of Alan, and I said to my wife, I go, isn't this the guy that my dad's been buying pond supplies off of for years?
Uh-huh.
I think it is. We saw he did the big rec ponds. I think it was 2 weeks later, we bombarded you at your house. Yep. And then,
Fun.
And then I think 2 weeks after that, I was sitting down with the bank, and 2 weeks after that, you had a check in hand.
There you go. So this, okay, so let's go look at this one. So you built this how long ago?
Oh gosh, give or take 2 years.
Okay, but your dad had a pond or something?
Yeah, my dad's got a little 12-foot koi pond that he really enjoyed.
And so he kind of got you interested in the hobby.
Yeah.
That's good, it's pretty cute. So you got this stuff from Alan?
I actually don't remember. I don't think we bought any of the components from Alan. I think this was kind of a garage sale special that we but when we did the excavation for my in-law addition, that's where all the rocks came from, all this.
Oh, okay, so you dug up the rocks and reused them.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go see the piece de resistance in the backyard.
Sounds good.
So when did this go in?
6 or 8 weeks ago now.
Okay, so it's a brand new recreation pond.
Yep, very new.
Oh, wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. It's filled, that's for sure, with the rain. I love the little rock island on it. Oh, Alan, that is just gorgeous. I love the giant stones. It's a big rec pond. Yeah, it's pretty much the whole back side of your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is just terrific. So you got a wetland up top, recirculating this.
Yep.
Intake bay. Were your wife and you equally on board with this?
Oh my gosh. My wife wanted water back here, whether it was a pool, and then we kind of stumbled across this, not really kind of knowing at the time, but I think she's super excited with this, and I think she enjoys playing with everything, the plants and the bacteria and everything, almost more than I do.
Uh-huh. So it's a family hobby.
Oh, absolutely.
How old are your kids?
2, 5, and 7.
And they were saying as soon as you were filling it up, they were in there.
It wasn't even full. No. The water was what, 55 degrees at best? The water was coming right out of the truck, and they were in.
Even your young one was up in the upper part.
That's her favorite part. Yeah, the baby loves being up in the upper part because the water's so shallow, she can just splash, and
How did this whole process go out?
I mean, once they initially contacted us, we had them come out and look at our recreation pond.
Yep.
It's always good to see, you know, what they look like, how they interact and stuff like that. And once after that happened, they immediately asked for me to come out. So I just kind of came up with a design, you know, which is always just a piece of paper, and then everything morphs. And before we even got here, Brian called me and said, we got to add on a nice shallow area for the younger kids. That's where that whole bump out came from.
The bump out is there, then the intake bay is over here, and the pumps sit back there.
Back in here. One of the main things too is because they got young kids, we wanted to have all those bigger rocks so they can just, it's like a mountainous stream. They can bounce across everything. Nothing's ever going to move. They're, you know, jump rocks. There's multiple jump areas for big and small kids, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah, just to make this whole thing, you know, close and interactive for sure.
So it's just grass when you came in, right? Nice, easy access, which is awesome.
It was actually actually, it was perfectly flat back here.
How many tons of stone did you bring in for a project like this?
This one, there was about 130-ish, I think.
So 260,000 pounds of boulders for a project like this.
We already had this patio.
Yep, beautiful.
Thank you. He was able to integrate it with everything that we already had. I mean, look, the stepping stones, the jump rocks, it all works with what we're trying to go for.
It really does. So it was a good investment.
Oh, absolutely.
So when we came here, this was like a perfectly flat backyard, just pretty much the way this grade is right here. The only difference is when we got here and started excavating the pond, we took all the spoils of the soil and built up this whole mound up here so we could have a more natural looking stream and wetland area. So this recreation pond is 6 feet deep. We have jets and everything in the bottom of it to keep the water movement, as well as jets in the surface areas in anywhere that we thought there would be a dead zone. This has different gradations of depth to accommodate, they have a 1.5-year-old all the way up to 7. So we wanted to make sure that everybody had a place. And of course, the 6-foot area is for kids and adults alike. All these big boulders and outcroppings that we put in were just so the kids can bounce off of them and just have a super good time with that, because you don't want small rocks where they can't just have a great time. I mean, when you're in the streams and waterfalls in nature, they're all big and you can bounce in and off of them. But this is our stream and waterfall area coming out of the wetland. So we'll go right up here. One of the things I wanted to do is create some turbulence and stuff for kids to sit up on these rocks, and you see how you're getting that little white water and stuff crashing back and forth up here. I mean, there's all these areas that they can get in and interact, and that was important to us because this is for the family, and we got to make sure that big and small, everybody has a place to have some fun. And one of the things Brian was just mentioning to us is that up here in our wetland area, his youngest, who's 1.5 years, is her favorite thing. We also try to create our wetlands so they look like an extension of the stream. By placing different boulders and logs and stuff in there, we're able to accomplish that and create that current coming all the way back down through. One of the things over here on the right side where that bump out is, this was an add-on. Basically, they wanted that area for the younger kids, so if they wanted to sit in there and splash, we put a nice flat rock in there, so if one of the parents or grandparents had to sit there and watch the kids, they could. The other thing is I wanted these straight down edges down in there. If it wasn't raining, you'd be able to see crystal clear on the bottom of that, and it's just nice and straight up and down. So if somebody wants to jump off of those rocks down in there, they're not going to hit anything or get harmed in any way. But there is just a lot of big rock in here. You can see right there. Somebody can transition like in from that shallow area. The reason I put that log there is because of the 1.5-year-old, we just wanted to have some sort of a divider. It does look good too, but it was more or less just to kind of keep the younger kids from just getting into the deep end. But down in the other area over here is where our skim cove is. Let's just walk down there. See, in this section we have a jet right there, so it's just kind of pushing that water out. And then our skim cove area over here, it's pretty cool. They got an alligator over there by the overflow, but we didn't really want this to look like a skim cove. So, by putting a log in there and some boulders and everything, it kind of has to pull around. And then back over in here is where our pumps are. One of the things I like about these new Aquascape pumps is they are super quiet, and we kind of got them nestled right back in here. Once those boxwood grow up, it's going to kind of make this whole area and pump area go away. But this is it from here.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
I'm the pond guy. What's your name?
Chase.
Chase, are you the snorkeler? You like to go after fish? What's your name?
Adelaide.
Adelaide, that's a pretty name. So who likes the pond more?
Me. No. I've been the one that's swimming the most.
When your dad told you that you were getting a recreation pond, did you know what he was talking about?
No.
And are you excited for it? Do you like it?
Yeah, we've been watching your videos for a long time.
I love it. I love it. Who gets in more trouble?
Me.
Yeah, he admits it. So you're the good girl, huh? And then do you have a little brother or a sister?
Little sister.
So you love to change the diapers, don't you? That's good. Well, maybe if you're around tomorrow and it's not raining, we can go swimming. Does that sound good? All right, love it. Ta-da! It's not raining. Okay, it's the next day, but we had to come back and show this incredible water feature when it's not raining. Look at this backyard. We were sitting below those umbrellas yesterday trying to film this thing, but I definitely wanted to come back and give it its due justice before I left. So it's not raining today, and you know what? It wouldn't be a bad day. The sun isn't out, but it wouldn't be a bad day to do this and go in at least a little bit. So natural with these steps. No fish. I think that someday they'll probably add fish, but so many people don't like to swim swim with fish. Usually the ladies, I think that this pond is just incredible. And the fact that it's only a year old, it's not even a year old, it's gonna continue to fill in. This vegetation is gonna continue to fill in, but I wanted to come back on a day with the Deckers where they could kind of explain a little bit more about what they did here when it wasn't raining. My favorite thing about this pond is probably just the size and the location. Oh, hey, come on out. Do you want to go swimming real quick? Come on, let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. I love my job. The grandparents are like, oh, what are you doing? Going swimming? And Nick, you put some rocks in here too, right?
Yeah. I was here the whole time.
Is it fun to come back and visit the projects after, after you built them?
Yeah.
All right.
We did some transition steps all the way down into the pond, so anybody who didn't want to jump in could transition in there very easily. It's one of the things we do on all our recreation ponds is have these nice steps in there, so that way you can come right off the patio and step right down in there if you're not inclined to jump. This water has been crystal clear. We have a really good sized wetland up here. Over in this section, you can see the water stirring. A lot of times what I like to do is when we're building wetlands is if the pump is a bit oversized for our filter, we'll take and put a bulk fitting on the top and dump that extra water on the top, which creates a little bit more current and flow. But again, we just wanted to replicate nature and have these deep pooling areas where the kids could kind of get right into.
Okay. Who's jumping in first? You or your sister? Who likes swimming more?
Me.
You like swimming more? Thanks, Grandpa. Jody asked him to swim. You like with the mask? Where do you like to jump in? Off of this rock?
I usually start on this one.
Uh-huh.
But first I just stay out for a little and keep dipping in to get used to the temperature. Because it's always pretty cold.
Why don't you beat him? Why don't you beat him in the water, honey? You can't get that deep though, can you?
Yep. And then the water's so dicey.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, we feed the fish.
Okay, so apparently some fish came in on their own here. Oh my gosh, you really have worms over here, huh? So you buy them for the fish? So these are ones that came off of duck's feet. Is this fun?
Yeah. Usually we rip them up.
Do you like to feed the fish or do you not want to hold the worms?
I love feeding the fish.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I dropped it. See 'em?
No, I don't. Point them out. So these are native bass that came in on their own. They do eat out of your hands though, huh?
But for some reason he doesn't want it. Why? Oh, he dropped it. He's dropping it.
So you want one of these too, huh, Grandma?
Well, we have a very small one. Really, we don't swim. They swim in ours, and they're not supposed to.
Uh-huh.
We have a koi pond, yes.
How long have you had it? So your husband built it. He went to a training class.
Alan. We went for the classes.
Yes.
We took our classes, and it was a labor of love.
That's good.
We had an above-ground pool.
Okay.
And so when we took it down, we had this big hole there. And I thought, what are we going to do with this? And we had heard about ponds, went to one of the classes, and the rest is history.
And you built it yourself? How long ago was that?
I would estimate about 8 years ago.
And it's been something that you enjoy.
Oh, we love it.
Right.
We love it.
So this is kind of the ultimate, this one right here.
Well, this is the ultimate. Are you kidding
Our
me,
whole
sweetie?
thing is about as big as that little area.
Sure, this is less common, that's for sure, a recreation pond. But I love how the kids are out here, and they love it.
They're always out here.
Amen.
Always out here.
Well,
And
why
it's
not?
At nighttime with the lights, it's
a different world,
an
isn't it?
oasis. It's like being on vacation. There's nothing better.
Amen.
Nothing better.
Amen.
And the one thing Alan always says, it's about family. This whole thing is about family.
Right.
Family time, family picnics.
Yeah, it brings people together.
It does. Yeah. More than they want. He said you got to charge.
That's what we told Brian.
Have a little toll booth at the end.
We told Brian and Justine, you're probably going to get tired of seeing us.
It's good. It's wonderful. I'm so happy for them.
So you swim in here too, Mom?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that now.
And that's what it's about. It's about time together as families. It's about getting outside in nature. It's about kids being off electronics and being outside, swimming with the fish. They got some fish in here that came naturally on their own. And this is what I love love about my job, seeing how people use the products that we created. If you would have told me 30 years ago that people would be swimming in their ponds, I would have never believed it, having just built a little pond in my backyard. But things have continuously evolved. This is kind of the Taj Mahal. This is the creme de la creme, a recreation pond in a backyard. But you know what? Even if, you know, he's had his pond for 8 years, he built it himself, he's a hobbyist, it's a labor of love. We always say if you want to save money, hire a professional. But if you want to just simply enjoy the hobby, create a pond, because it's a very enjoyable hobby. If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle too, just like this family is out over where they're at, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.
No face slapping.
Oh, you remember that? So you watch the vlogs? What do you like about the vlogs? So did you recognize me when I came over yesterday for my vlogs?
Yes. I did not.
But your brother watches. So your brother's a fan, you're not, huh?
Well, I watched some of them.
Uh-huh. Does your dad watch more?
Yeah, Dad watches the most.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I'm watching TV and the remote is far away from me. Dad walks up, changes my show to one of the pond videos.
I like this guy. What do your friends say that come over to your house?
Whoa, you mean Calvin and Claire?
Yeah.
I love having a neighbor that has a pond that we can swim in. And look, the garage door is open. That is blurry.
So they come from right over there, huh?
Yes. We have a couple and then our one's over there. One is right there and one's right there, and I forgot what it is.
So people love coming to your house, huh? You got the cool house, huh?